August 9th, 480 BC. Sunset. The Hot Gates of Thermopylae, central Greece. This is the most defensible position in the ancient world. A narrow coastal pass between mountains and sea, only 15 meters wide at its narrowest point. One army can block it against 10. That's the plan. King Leonidas of Sparta stands at the center of the pass, with 300 of his best warriors. They're all fathers, all over 30, all volunteers. They know what they're doing here. They're buying time. The main Greek army needs 10 days to mobilize. Leonidas will give them those 10 days. Then he'll die. Every man here knows this. They said goodbye to their wives. They sharpened their spears. They're ready. Behind them, 7,000 Greek allies hold defensive positions. Thebans, Thespians, Phocians. Good men, brave men. But the Spartans are the tip of the spear. They'll take the first impact. 1 mile north, the Persian camp stretches for miles. King Xerxes commands the largest army ever assembled. Numbers vary depending on who's counting. Herodotus will claim 1 million. Modern historians estimate 150,000. Doesn't matter. It's overwhelming. Xerxes has everything. Infantry from 40 different nations. 10,000 immortals, his elite guard. Cavalry, archers, siege equipment, ships. He has supply lines stretching back to Persia. He has time. He has patience. Or he did. For 5 days he's waited for the Greeks to run. They haven't. Today he sent emissaries. Surrender your weapons. Leonidas replied with 2 words in Greek. Molon labe. Come and take them. Xerxes is done waiting. Tomorrow he attacks. He'll crush these Greeks like insects and march on Athens. Nothing can stop him. Except maybe the gods. And tonight, the gods are about to intervene. 2,200 hours. The Greek camp is quiet. Sentries walk the walls. Most men are sleeping, storing energy for tomorrow's battle. Leonidas stands alone, looking at the Persian campfires. There are so many, they look like stars. He's not afraid. Spartans don't fear death. But he is tired. He's 58. His joints ache. His scars hurt in the cold. He wishes he could see his wife one more time. Then the air begins to hum, a deep thrumming sound that rattles his teeth. He's never heard anything like it. The sound grows louder. The ground vibrates. Other Spartans wake up, grabbing shields and spears. Leonidas looks up. The stars are disappearing. Something massive is blotting them out. Something flying. Then lights, bright as noon, spotlights from the sky. They illuminate the pass like daylight. The Greeks shield their eyes. The Persians across the valley see it too. Panic spreads through both camps. Descending through 4,000 feet, AC-130 Spectre, call sign Reaper 21. Major Tom Hammer Davidson is the aircraft commander. He's 42. He's flown combat missions in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria. He's seen everything. Except this. 10 seconds ago, his navigation systems went crazy. GPS showed coordinates that don't exist. Radio went dead. Then they broke through clouds and he saw campfires. Thousands of them. His sensor operator, Technical Sergeant Maria Eyes Ramirez, is staring at her infrared screen. Sir, I'm showing approximately 150,000 heat signatures in a camp 1 mile north. Another 8,000 in fortified positions directly below us. No modern buildings, no vehicles, no electricity. Just people and fires. Davidson doesn't understand. He keys the intercom. "All crew, we have a situation. I don't know what just happened, but we're not over the range anymore. Sensors, tell me what you're seeing." Ramirez zooms in. "Sir, I see men with spears. I see camps with tents. This is going to sound crazy, but I see what looks like ancient armies." Davidson processes this. Time displacement. Impossible. But here they are. The flight engineer, Master Sergeant James Bull Martinez, speaks up from his station. "Skipper, fuel shows 80%. Ammunition is full combat load. All systems green. We're good to fight if needed." Davidson makes a command decision. "We're staying high, 5,000 feet. Defensive circle over this position. I want constant sensor coverage of both camps. Find out who's who. Let's figure out where we are and when we are." The AC-130 enters a slow left-hand orbit, its sensors sweeping the ground. The infrared cameras see everything: body heat, campfires, movement. Ramirez catalogs it all. She's good at her job. She sees patterns. South Camp, organized, disciplined, defensive positions, professional soldiers. North Camp, huge, chaotic, mixed formations, supply trains. Looks like an invasion force. She reports, "Sir, if I had to guess, South Camp is defending, North Camp is attacking." Davidson trusts her instincts. "Then we know who needs help. Let's compare the forces." The Spartan warrior is the most feared soldier in the ancient world. He's trained from age 7 in the Agoge, the brutal Spartan military school. By 30, he's a perfect killing machine. He fights in the phalanx, a formation of overlapping shields and protruding spears. It's nearly unbreakable from the front. His primary weapon is the dory, an 8-foot spear with a bronze tip. His secondary weapon is the sipos, a short sword for close combat. His shield, the aspis, weighs 16 pounds and is made of wood covered in bronze. He wears a bronze breastplate, greaves, and the iconic Corinthian helmet with its horsehair crest. In the narrow pass, 300 Spartans can hold against thousands. For a while. But they're mortal. They tire, they bleed, and there are only 300 of them. The AC-130 Spectre is a flying artillery platform. It's a heavily armed variant of the C-130 Hercules transport. On its left side, it mounts 3 weapons: a 25mm GAU-12 Equalizer Gatling gun. Rate of fire, 1,800 rounds per minute. Effective against personnel and light vehicles. A 40mm L-60 Bofors cannon. Rate of fire, 100 rounds per minute. Each round weighs 2 pounds and explodes on impact. And the main gun, a 105mm M102 Howitzer. This is a full-size artillery piece mounted in an aircraft. It fires 40-pound high-explosive shells that create a kill radius of 50 meters. The aircraft carries enough ammunition for hours of sustained fire. But its real advantage is the sensors. An AAQ-1717 electro-optical infrared sensors can see individuals from miles away, day or night. Laser rangefinders provide pinpoint accuracy. Fire control computers calculate ballistics automatically. The crew can hit a target the size of a man from 2 miles away in complete darkness. To ancient armies, this is divine intervention. Dawn, August 10th, 480 BC. The Persians prepare to attack. Xerxes sits on a golden throne on a hill overlooking the pass, surrounded by his generals. He's planned this assault carefully. First wave, 10,000 archers. They'll darken the sky with arrows, forcing the Greeks to hide behind their shields. Second wave, infantry. Medes and Scythians, expendable troops. They'll probe the Greek defenses, find weak points. Third wave, if needed, the immortals. They've never failed. Xerxes gives the order. Begin. War horns blow. 10,000 archers step forward, drawing their bows. They release. The arrows arc into the sky, a black cloud ascending. The Greeks see them coming. A Spartan warrior, Dionysus, makes a joke that will echo through history. Good, then we'll have our battle in the shade. The Spartans lock shields, forming the testudo. The arrows fall. Most hit shields, some find gaps. Men scream, some fall. But the phalanx holds. 5,000 feet above, Davidson and his crew watch it all on infrared. They see the Persian camp mobilizing. They see 10,000 archers firing. They see the Greeks taking casualties. Ramirez speaks quietly. "Sir, they're getting slaughtered down there. Request permission to engage." Davidson hesitates. Rules of engagement. They're not supposed to interfere in the past. Time paradox, butterfly effect, all that theoretical bullshit. But he's watching men die. American servicemen don't watch friendlies get killed when they have the power to stop it. Screw the timeline. He keys the intercom. "All stations, we are going hot. Target is the Persian formation, northern force. We will provide fire support to the southern defenders. Weapons free. Sensors, find me high-value targets. Let's go to work." The first indication the Persians have that something has changed is the sound. A shrieking whistle, getting louder. Then the 105mm shell impacts in the center of the Persian archer formation. 40 pounds of high explosive detonates at ground level. The blast wave expands at supersonic speed. Archers within 50 meters are killed instantly. Shrapnel tears through the ranks beyond. The explosion throws bodies 30 feet into the air. Survivors stagger, ears bleeding, unable to hear. They don't understand what happened. No catapult, no ballista. Just thunder from the clear sky. Then another impact, 50 meters to the right. Another explosion, more men dead. Then another. The shells are falling every 6 seconds. Methodical, precise, devastating. The archer formation disintegrates. Men run in every direction. Xerxes jumps to his feet. "What is this?" His generals have no answer. They've never seen artillery that fires from the sky. The high priest prostrates himself. "Great king, Ahura Mazda is angry. The Greeks have summoned demons." Xerxes backhands him. "Coward, there are no demons, only Greek trickery." He turns to his general. "Send in the Medes. Take that pass, now." The general salutes and runs to relay orders. 10,000 Median infantry begin their advance. They're professionals. They fought in India, Egypt, Anatolia. They don't break easily. They march toward the pass in formation, shields raised, spears ready. They expect to face 300 Greeks. They're wrong. Ramirez tracks them on sensors. "Sir, I have 10,000 infantry advancing on the pass. They're bunching up at the entrance. Perfect target." Davidson nods. 40 Mike, engage. Fire for effect." The Bofors cannon opens up. 100 rounds per minute of 2-pound explosive shells. Each round is like a hand grenade. They impact in the Persian ranks with mathematical precision. Every 6/10 of a second, another explosion. The Persians can't maintain formation, can't advance, can't retreat. They're caught in a killing field. Bodies pile up at the mouth of the pass. The survivors try to use them as cover. The shells just hit them there. After 3 minutes, the Bofors goes quiet. The barrel needs to cool. Davidson surveys the damage on the monitors. The pass entrance is a crater field. Maybe 3,000 Persians are down. The rest are retreating in disorder. Inside the pass, the Greeks are watching in shock and awe. They heard thunder from the sky. They saw the Persians die before reaching their lines. They see the flying thing above, circling like an eagle. Leonidas turns to his men. The gods have sent an omen. Zeus himself fights beside us. We cannot fail. The Spartans roar their approval. Ares, Ares, Ares. The god of war's name echoes through the pass. Their morale, already high, becomes unshakable. They believe they're fighting alongside gods. In a way, they are. Technology advanced enough is indistinguishable from magic, and the AC-130 is magic to men of the 5th century BC. But Xerxes is not finished. He's furious, humiliated. His elite troops haven't even engaged yet. He gives the order, send in the immortals, all 10,000. I don't care about the demon in the sky. Take that pass or die trying. The immortals are the Persian Empire's best. They're called immortals because their number never changes. If one dies, he's immediately replaced. They wear scale armor, carry wicker shields, and use 6-foot spears. They're trained in both ranged and melee combat. They've never lost a battle. They form up and advance at the double quick, not a mob, a precise military formation. They expect the sky demon. They're ready to endure casualties and press through. They're wrong about how many casualties. Davidson sees them coming. The infrared signature shows perfect discipline. These are professionals. He speaks to his weapons officers. Gentlemen, we have 10,000 targets advancing in formation. I want overlapping fire. 25 mil, 40 mil, and 105. Rotate targets. Don't let them reform. Let's break them. The gunship's 3-weapon system engage in concert. The Gatling gun sprays 25mm rounds in long bursts, tearing through ranks of infantry. The Bofors walks 40mm shells along the formation, each explosion killing multiple men. And every 6 seconds, the Howitzer drops a 105 shell into the densest concentration of troops. It's combined arms fire from the sky. The immortals try to maintain formation. They can't. They're not fighting men. They're fighting physics. High explosives, shrapnel, overpressure. Their shields are useless. Their armor is useless. Their training is useless. After 10 minutes of sustained fire, the immortals break. Not a rout, a tactical withdrawal. They fall back in good order, carrying their wounded. But they're broken psychologically. They've taken 40% casualties without engaging the enemy. They can't fight what they can't reach. Davidson orders ceasefire. Let them go. They're no longer a threat. Ramirez does a damage assessment. Sir, I count approximately 15,000 enemy casualties. The northern camp is in full disorder. Some units are packing up. I think they're considering retreat. Davidson considers. They could destroy the entire Persian army from here, turn the tide of history completely. But that feels wrong. They came here to help the defenders, not to win the war for them. He makes a call. Sensors, how are the southern forces? Ramirez checks. No casualties in the last hour. They're fortifying positions. Morale looks high. They can hold. Xerxes sits on his throne, staring at the carnage. His archers are scattered. His Medes are shattered. His immortals are mauled. 15,000 men dead or wounded in 2 hours, and he hasn't even reached the Greek line. His generals are silent, waiting for his decision. The high priest speaks quietly. Great king, perhaps we should withdraw, regroup, find another route through the mountains. Xerxes considers this. He's not stupid. He's a capable general. He knows when a position is untenable. But he's also proud. The idea of retreating from 300 Greeks burns. Then he has an idea. A terrible, cunning idea. He turns to his scouts. Is there still a path around this position, the mountain trail? The scouts nod. Yes, great king. The Anapia path. It goes over the mountain and comes out behind the Greek position. Xerxes smiles. Then we don't attack from the front. We go around. Send 20,000 men tonight, circle behind them. At dawn, we attack from both sides. The demon in the sky can't be everywhere. Nightfall. The AC-130 is running low on fuel. They've been on station for 16 hours. Davidson checks the gauges. We've got maybe 2 more hours of loiter time. Then we need to find somewhere to land, or we're swimming. The crew is tired. They've been at battle stations all day, but they're still alert, still watching. Ramirez sees something on infrared. Sir, I have a large formation moving west from the northern camp, approximately 20,000 personnel. They're heading into the mountains. Davidson zooms in on the visual feed. What the hell are they doing? The navigation officer, Captain Lisa Maps Johnson, checks the topography. Sir, there's a mountain path that goes around the pass. If they're using it, they can come out behind the Greek position. It's a flanking maneuver. Davidson curses. Smart. He can't cover both sides of the mountain. His sensors can't see through solid rock. He needs to warn the Greeks. But how do you communicate with people who don't speak English and lived 2,000 years before radio? Davidson has an idea. It's crude, but it might work. He orders a low pass over the Greek camp, 500 feet, lights on, maximum visibility. The Greeks see the massive aircraft descending from the night sky. Its lights are like a second sun. It circles their camp twice, then fires a single 105 shell over the mountain to the west. The message is clear. Danger from that direction. Leonidas understands immediately. They're flanking us. He turns to a runner. Wake the Phocians. They're guarding the mountain path. Tell them the Persians are coming tonight. Move! The runner sprints into the darkness. The Battle of Thermopylae's turning point happens at 3 a.m. 20,000 Persians climb the mountain path. They expect to surprise the Phocians guarding it. The Phocians are ready. Warned by the demon in the sky, they hold a narrow section of the path. The Persians can't use their numbers. It's Thermopylae in miniature. The Phocians fight like Spartans. They hold for 3 hours. Long enough for dawn to come. Long enough for the AC-130 sensors to reacquire the Persian flanking force. Davidson has saved enough ammunition for this. He drops every remaining 105 shell on the mountain path. The explosions trigger rock slides. The path becomes impassable. The flanking force is trapped, cut off, and combat ineffective. Xerxes' brilliant plan is ruined. Dawn. Day 2 of the battle. The Persian camp is breaking up. Not a rout, an organized withdrawal. Xerxes has made his decision. This position cannot be taken, not at acceptable cost. The demon in the sky has made it fortress. His army turns around and begins the long march back to Persia. Xerxes will never invade Greece again. The Greeks watch them go. Leonidas removes his helmet. His hair is gray, his face lined, but he's smiling. We did it. We held. The Spartans cheer. They were ready to die. Instead, they live. And Greece is saved. The AC-130 makes one final orbit over the pass. Davidson keys the intercom. Outstanding work, crew. We just changed history. Let's go home. The aircraft turns south, climbing for altitude. At 10,000 feet, reality shifts again. The shimmer. The pull. They're going back. The AC-130 returns to Hurlburt Field, Florida. It's been gone for 18 hours. The ground crew is confused by the ammunition expenditure. Every weapon is empty. Where did you shoot all that? Davidson and his crew are debriefed by intelligence. They tell their story. Time displacement, ancient Greece, Persian army. The intelligence officers write it down, classify it, file it away. Officially, it never happened. But 3 weeks later, a historian makes a discovery. A Persian text, recently translated, describes the Battle of Thermopylae. It mentions a flying creature that rained fire from the sky. It says Ahura Mazda himself fought for the Greeks. The text was dismissed as mythology, but reading it now, after the crew's report, it sounds less like myth and more like eyewitness testimony. In the alternate timeline created that day, history shifts subtly. Thermopylae is not a heroic defeat. It's a stunning victory. The Persians never returned to Greece. Democracy is not threatened. Athens becomes a superpower 50 years earlier. Philosophy, mathematics, and science advance without Persian interference. The entire Western world develops along a slightly different track. Not dramatically different, just better, faster, freer. Most people never notice, but scholars do. They study the battle. They note that according to sources, the Spartans took minimal casualties. They note the Persian accounts of divine intervention. They theorize. Perhaps the Greeks had access to advanced siege equipment we don't know about. Perhaps there was a freak storm that destroyed Persian formations. They never guess an AC-130 gunship from 2024. The truth is too impossible. Major Davidson keeps one souvenir, a small bronze coin found wedged in the aircraft's landing gear after they returned. It's a Greek drachma, minted in Sparta, dated 480 BC. On one side, the profile of King Leonidas. On the other, an image that shouldn't exist, a flying creature with fire coming from its side. The Greeks saw the AC-130. They put it on their coins. Davidson keeps it in a display case in his office. Sometimes, when junior officers ask about it, he tells them it's a replica, a gift from a military history enthusiast. He never tells them the truth, that he and his crew flew cover for the 300 Spartans, that they saved Western civilization, that they're the reason democracy survived. Some stories are too big to tell. Some missions stay classified forever. But he knows, and in the end, that's enough. What do you think? What other ancient battles need modern air support? What other legends need to be rewritten? Drop your wildest ideas in the comments. Tell us which armies you want to see clash across time, which warriors need backup from the future, which tyrants need to be stopped before they start. Your idea could be our next video. And if you loved this, smash that subscribe button, because we're not just telling stories, we're rewriting history, one mission at a time. The past isn't set in stone. The future isn't written. And sometimes, just sometimes, the two collide in ways that change everything. See you in the next one.